One of the biggest shopping days of the year. There is some good news for all you Grinches out there. A new study from Yale University and detailed by The Economist shows that even though Americans spend $3.2 billion a year on gift wrap, prettying your presents could lead to unrealistic expectations for the recipient. The author of this article, Tom Easton, is the American finance editor of The Economist. Tom, this is a very polarizing article.
Yeah, this is devastating.
I'm very upset personally. I take a lot of pride in the way I wrap my presents. I really go into detail with the bows and the tags. And you're telling me...
You're making people miserable.
Explain that.
Well, the wrapper sees something quite modest that they're making beautiful. And they see this process of enhancement, and so therefore it brings them joy. But the unwrapper sees the reverse. They start with something quite beautiful, and then they're left with like whatever it was inside.
So it doesn't live up to the expectation created by the beautiful gift wrap.
You raise the bar, and then you just crush them.
So what does this study then tell us about where happiness comes from? Is happiness in the build-up or in the follow-through?
Yeah, it's all expectations. So the study goes through a lot of interesting points. Like, for instance, bronze medal winners are happier than silver medal winners because the bronze medalists are happy to just have won the medal, and the silver medalists, you know, they're kind of disappointed that they didn't get the gold.
That's fascinating.
So you have to set the expectations at the right level.
So what is your practical advice here? You know, a lot of us have not wrapped our presents yet.
Yeah, well, those people are in good stead. The one type of present you can really wrap up is an incredibly nice present. But guess what? In that kind of present, you don't need the wrapping anyway.
But isn't nice in the eye of the beholder? You know, if I think, you know, a certain pair of leather gloves are incredibly nice, but maybe I give them to someone who's like, oh, leather gloves, what a boring present.
Yeah, well, that's another thing. So a lot of people spend, so there's an incredible amount of research that's going into gift giving. This paper from Yale, it cited 41 other papers, hundreds of pages of research, and they found out all sorts of things about presents. Like, for instance, many people try to find just the right thing for you, whereas what you might want is just the widescreen TV that everybody else uses. You know? So people, you know, actually people who give don't really understand very much about people who receive.
So you're telling me don't put a lot of thought into what I buy for somebody.
Yeah,
just get them something that everybody would like, and don't wrap it very nicely.
Precisely. So if you're worried on Friday about what you should get, just get in the longest line and get one of those. And stuff it in the bag.
Shoddy wrapping. You've devastated me.
Yeah.
You've totally ripped apart my world. But I want to ask you, what is the worst present you've personally ever received?
Well, you know, it's really interesting that you say that, because I was speaking to someone else about the story, and they said, you know, a lot of people believe it was socks. But this guy loved the socks that he gave. So, you know, it's really hard to, I don't think you can go too low.
But you did it just right when you gave your wife-to-be her engagement ring. How did you do it?
I put it in a coffee can. So when she opened it up in the morning and she thought she was getting coffee, she got, well, it was only right because she actually wanted to marry me, but it was kind of risky. It could have been like the worst coffee she ever got.
But there you go, zero expectations,
yeah, zero
and there was a diamond ring inside.
That's right.
I mean, you can't go wrong.
Right.
Tom Easton, thank you so much for setting me straight and killing my holiday delusions.
Yes,
thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you very much. Bye.